Hi. In this demo, I'll show how to connect an AI tool to the Customer Journey Analytics MCP server, explore what's available, and then generate an executive-style KPI report using natural language. In this example, I'm using Claude, but you can follow similar steps in any AI client that supports remote MCP servers, like Cursor and ChatGPT. First, I'll connect Claude to my CJA data. I'll go to Customize, then Connectors, and select Adobe CJA MCP Prod. I'm already authenticated, but you'd sign in with your Adobe credentials and approve access next. Once that's done, Claude has access to a set of CJA MCP tools that it can call on in this interface. With the connector enabled, I can ask Claude what it can do with CJA. I'll start with, what tools are available in the CJA MCP? Claude responds with a list of tools. Things like Find Data Views, to list the data views I have access to, Run Report, to execute a report, and others for segments, metrics, and projects. This is all driven by the MCP tool definitions exposed by the CJA server. Next, I want to see which data views I can work with. I'll ask, what data views do I have access to? Focus on the ones that include my name in dataset properties like name or notes. Claude calls the appropriate MCP tool and returns a filtered list of data views. I'll copy the ID for the last dataset. I want to use this one for this session, so I'll tell Claude to do so accordingly. From now on, it doesn't need me to repeat that data view in every question. This context is stored in the MCP session. Now let's run a simple report. I'll ask, how many visitors did I have in February 2026? Claude translates that into a CJA report request via Run Report, scoped to the data view we just set, and returns the result, here showing the total number of visitors for that month. This is a straightforward example, but it demonstrates how natural language questions become governed CJA queries through the MCP server. The real power shows up when we combine multiple MCP tools into a reusable workflow, often called a skill. I've prepared a skill definition that describes a weekly KPI report workflow. It knows how to pull key KPIs for traffic, content, and acquisition, compare last week to the previous week, and generate an executive-style summary and HTML report. Once I paste this skill into Claude, I'll run it. Claude first asks me a few clarifying questions, as they were included in the skill to ask, things like, what's your role? I'll choose an executive audience. What report cadence should be used? I'll go with a weekly cadence. Which KPI categories should I focus on? Last, I'll select traffic, content, and acquisition as the KPIs. Now Claude orchestrates a sequence of MCP calls behind the scenes, discovering metrics, running multiple reports, and assembling the results. When it's done, it presents the report. At the top, it tells me what the report is and where the data comes from. Below that, the report breaks out the 3 KPI areas I selected for traffic, content, and acquisition. In the traffic section, it gives me a quick snapshot comparing visitors and page views week over week. Next, in the content section, it shows the top site sections. In the acquisition section, it summarizes how we're bringing visitors into the site. After that, there's a helpful section for key takeaways, which is AI-generated. That means it can contain mistakes or overconfident interpretations. For anything high stakes, you should review the numbers and logic in CJA before sharing the report broadly. I'm really happy with this report, and I'm ready to share it. Now I'll ask Claude to generate the report in an HTML document. Once I open it, I see a clean, Adobe-branded professional report with KPIs, charts, and insights, which I could host internally or share as appropriate. Remote MCP Server for Customer Journey Analytics lets you tap into trusted CJA data directly from the AI assistant of your choice. Use it today to move from questions to insights in just a few prompts. Thanks for watching.